Yep. Good evening, everyone. So yesterday we done one complete example with cookies, how to handle. Okay, for you to write. Is it okay? Screen. You want turn off? Fine. Right. So last session we discussed about a complete end-to-end example with cookies, authentication with cookies using backend database. I hope you people tried that complete example. We have to practice that. So you need to create database and all you need to practice. Now let's see one option how we can work with an example. We will see CRUD operations. CRUD operations. We will see a simple CRUD operation concept here. Later into that you can add more features. CRUD operation is nothing but this is a regular requirement. That means so C is for create, R is for read, U is for update, and D is for delete. Create, read, update, and delete. Right. Now, already in our previous example, we done create and read. Create and read is create is posting the data and read is fetching the data. Updating and deleting also important. Actually, for that, ready-made components are present. We can use ready-made components. Ready-made components means actually, I told you third parties. Third parties, they provide a concept called grids. By using grid, you can design all operations like insert, update, delete. Generally, we call them as React grids. So many ready-made React grids are present. You can see. So I will open here. This is npm JS. We will search here React grid and you can see so many React grids are there. You see React grid layout and grid React CSS grid. Generally, purpose of grid is nothing but a grid allows to present the data in a tabular form so that user can view, user can insert, user can edit, user can update, user can delete. They can provide all such operations. And ready-made grids are present. You can try them. You remembered we created a reusable grid component. We created a reusable grid component, columns repeating, rows repeating according to the data. But grid requires operations also, like inserting, updating, deleting, light operations. With routing, how to manage such kind of interactions, we will see. With routing, how to handle. So for that, what we have to do is actually first we have to create database table. The database table should able to accept the data coming from us, right? So let's do that. First step is create a new database table. We will create in MongoDB. So let's go to MongoDB, Compass. And in that, we will create one database. So let's connect, and already database is there, shopper. In that database, there is a table called users. We will create one more table. So create a new database table in MongoDB. Here actually database name is shopper, and collection name we will give as products. You see, create a collection name is products. Collection means table. Create collection, and the collection is created. Now in this products table, we will put 3 sample details. I will open that, add data, insert document. Here we will put one is product ID. Product ID is product ID, and it is some one. We have like name, and this is some string. We have like price and some price. Like this, we are adding some data. We have like stock. So this is true or false. Like this, we are adding. Now this is some sample data we have. The product ID, name, price, and stock. Insert. This is one record. Similarly, I will add another document, and in that ID is 2, and the name is some mobile, some price. Okay. And let's insert. These are 2 records we are having. Now we added a database table, and we are adding a collection called products. In that, now add data into products collection. I'm adding this data. Like this, you can add 1 to products information. Now your database table is ready. Now we have to create API which can communicate with this. So what is the next step? We have to create an API in Node.js for handling all CRUD operations. Actually, to handle CRUD operations, we need some API methods. We want methods like this. We will put products. This will be using get request. What it will do is it will fetch all products. That's how it can do. Another, we will use products/1. This will fetch. So, or I will simply put here details/1. What it will do? It will fetch specific product details. Which product we want, you can get. We need post. This is add product. What it should do? Insert a new product into database. We need put method. This is some update product, and it generally updates the product details. We have another one, delete. This uses some delete product. That is we have deletes any specific product. This is what we want to design. API contains so different methods. API methods: get is for fetching, post is for submitting, put is for updating, and delete is for deleting. Any API requires all these methods. We need to create these API methods. Let's create in Node.js. We need to do. So let's open our project. And in this project, I will create here shopper template. Okay. Here we will add a server side program. In server folder, I am adding some API.js. This is API.js. Here we have to write all the server side logic to handle all 4 operations. So reading, updating, deleting, fetching, everything should work. Let's see now how to write the logic for that. First, we already learned what to import. We already installed the libraries. We need to import. Where we need a Mongo client. It is from require MongoDB. From there, we have to access Mongo client. This is one. Another, we need express. Require from which one? Express. We need course. So require what? Course. So these are required. These 3 libraries we have to define. And we need a connection string. Connection string is MongoDB : /127.0.0.1 to 7017. That is connection string. Now we need to create an app. It is using Express. This app will use course, and this app should use express.url encoded extended to true. We learned body parser na. And one more, app.use express.what JSON. We need to convert that. This is all the data. This is all the basic requirements. Okay. Now we need API methods. Let's create the first method, app.get. What is the method? Products. It should return all products. So here we have to use /products. It uses request and response. Now we need to connect with MongoDB by using Mongo client.connect. Connect with the connection string, and recent have changed to callback with then uses a client object. If request is successful, it returns a client object. We will create a database by using client object DB method. We will access database as what? Shopper. Now in the database, we need a collection, database.collection. Collection name is products. We need to return all the data. Then we have to use find. Find is an empty. It will return all the data. Then you should convert into toArray. ToArray uses a callback here. Then it is a promise now. It collects all the documents. These documents we need to send response dot, not response. Here we given shortcut response dot send. What to send? Documents. After that, response dot end. Response should end. This is the method written for fetching all the products. The first one is fulfilled. That is how we fetch all the data. So next, we need to create details which should return specific product details. Actually, remember, this is server side routing. We have client side routing, we have server side routing. Why we need specific details? Because what is our target is we will create a table like this. We will create a table grid. In this grid, the product details will come, like we will have name and price and stock like this. After that, what we will do, every product will have some details like TV, like price, like stock, true or false. And beside that, we will put some buttons. One is edit button, another one delete button. We will put the buttons like this. Now what should happen? When user clicks edit button, when user clicks the edit button, this product details must open in a edit form. In that edit form, we must able to change and we must able to update. That means only that particular product detail must come. Only that particular product details must come. Then we need a method which can access the product by using its ID. Because every product is referred by using ID. We will use that ID here. So we have to create another get method. App.get. I will give /details. How to define parameters. Route parameters client side or server side are defined with /:, and the parameter name is ID. Either it is client side routing or server side routing, parameters are defined by using this. Okay. Now we have a request object and a response. Now we need to connect with MongoDB, same Mongo client.connect, connect with the connection string, and then we will collect a client object. This client object will communicate with database. Client object.db. Database is shopper. Then database dot, we have a collection. Collection is products. In that, find query, but we don't want all. We don't want all. We want only the product which is matching with the data. Only the product which is matching with the data. Then actually, if it is SQL based database, generally in SQL based database, we will write select from table where ID is equal to some ID. But MongoDB is not SQL based. Here all queries are like JavaScript based. So in the find, we can write query like this. What is the query? We have to find product whose product ID is matching with what? Is matching with the ID we passed in route. How to collect the route parameters? By using request dot params dot, we can access ID. Request object can request the parameter, but actually this is whatever you passed from parameter is a string, but actually the product ID is number. So we will do one thing. First, we will collect an ID, parse int. We will collect from request dot parameters dot ID. That ID we will pass here. that will be fine. That means this find command, if you write empty curly brace, it will return all records. If you want any specific record, then you have to use the filter like this. The product ID is matching with ID. If the product ID is matching with ID, we have the option. We will convert this into, this is converted into, we will convert into 2 array. We will convert into 2 array. And what we will do, we will 2 array uses a then method. It will collect the document and it will return the document. So response dot send. It will send the document. This is after that response dot end. Okay. This is used for accessing any specific product. Any specific product details we can access by using this request. So now we have 2 requests ready. One is all products, another one specific products. First, we will test this up to this. Is it working fine or not? So we have to use app.listen. Listen on some port number 8080. Okay, console.log, we will put a message, server started, and it's http://127.0.0.18080. Okay, let's start this program. Open in terminal and node api.js. Now it started the server. It says server started. It is listening on this number. Let's open that and request http://127.0.0.18080/products. It is going to return all the products. 2 products are there, both are coming. So it is working fine. Get requests you can test from browser. If other requests you need to test, you need debuggers like Postman, Fiddler and all. As of now, we will test another request. What is another request? Another request is details. Let's check. Here we will access details /2. It should get only second product. It is accessing only second product. I'm using 1. It should get only first product. So that is working fine. So we are accessing the data. Okay. Now here 2 methods are successfully working. That means we implemented these 2 things. Now we need post, put and delete. Let's write those methods actually. Here we will write another method. This is app.post. This should collect data from our React form and it should insert into database, just like you created registration form. So we need /add product and it uses request and response. Here we need to connect with Mongo client, connect with connection string dot then client object and where database is equal to client object dot db. Database is shopper, where here database first into the database we need to insert data. What is the data we need to collect? We need to collect the data for product. Product data means we know in the database what data is present. In the database we have this data. This is the data. That means for every product what details we have to send? Product ID, name, price, and stock. And be careful about the data types. So here I am using where this is product. Product is an object which contains product ID. It is coming from request dot, already we learned body. Body dot, what is it? Product ID. Next we have name. What is it? Request dot body dot request dot body dot name. But this must be a number. Then we have to use parse int. We have to collect that ID. Now similarly, price. Price is a floating point. We will use parse float because parse int will not allow decimal. Parse float request dot body dot price. Okay. Now we need another one. Another one is stock. And stock will come in a Boolean form. But if you pass true from any form element, true will come in a string form. How you will convert a string true into Boolean true? I am saying that this true must be converted into true. Understood? How? Is there any parsing method for converting string to Boolean? We don't have. Then we have to manually write a logic. Logic is nothing but I'm using a ternary operator condition. Condition is request dot body dot stock. If it is equal to true, means it is a string, then it should store true. Otherwise it should store false. That is how we write. That means if it is true string, then it will store true Boolean. If it is not true string, then it will store false. There is no Boolean conversions in JavaScript. We have to manually write like this. That means if any string value is coming, if you don't do that, then true is stored as a string. It is not stored as a Boolean. Then problem will come, because if you want availability based on true or false, then you cannot manage that. It will not work like a condition. So this is conversion. So product is ready. We have to insert this product into database. So what we have to do? Database dot collection. What is the collection name? Products. Into that insert one. Already I told you registration, insert one. What is the data to insert? Product. After that, we have then we will have a result and we will just display console.log. What is it? Record inserted. After that, response.redirect. Redirect, it will redirect to which path? Products after inserting. And we will keep response.end. That is stop. This is transporting data, navigating to products after inserting. Okay, this is ready. Now add products is expecting data. We have to send the data from a form. The data will be collected and inserted into this table. Okay. Now this method is also ready. Post. Now we need update and delete method. Actually, MongoDB update command, MongoDB find commands are little different. Generally in SQL, you will have select, you will have update. Here, how to update? Let's see. Actually, we have to write one more method. Let's write one more. App dot, it is put. For updating, we need put. If you are exactly sure about what you are updating, only specific you are updating every time, then you can use patch. Patch is used when we know exactly what is updated. Only a specific portion is updated, not all. Then we can use patch. When you are not sure what is updated and all may be updated, any one may be updated, then better you have to use put. So put and patch are both for updating. Put, what is the method name? Method name is update product. We have a request and a response. Now here we have to connect with MongoDB. Mongo client.connect, connect with connection string, then client object. We have to access database. Client object dot db. What is it? Shopper. Okay. And we have to update a record. Actually, to update any record in MongoDB, we need two queries. One find query, another one update query. We need two queries. Actually, in MongoDB, I will show you roughly here. So MongoDB commands. Actually, MongoDB commands, you have db.collection.find. What this command will do is, this command, it returns all. db.collection.find, and here we can write query. Query is nothing but it returns specific. Any specific it will return. That query we generally write like an object style. Object style means, suppose I want all the products whose category is electronics. Then how do we do? db.collection.what? Find. Here we will write category. Category is matching with what? Electronics. It will return all products which are matching with electronics. Like that we will find. Generally, it is done with SQL queries in other database. Here we use find. Similarly, update command, we write like this actually. db.collection. We have update one. Update one. First, we will write here a find query. And after that, we will write an update query. Update query. Like this, we update actually. And to update, so many commands are present here. I will show you a simple one actually. First, which product you need to update? I need to update the product whose ID is matching with the ID they selected. So what we will do is, we will write first find query. Find query is written like this. That means we need to write, we are searching for product ID. ID matching from parse int. It is matching from request dot params dot request dot, we will say body dot what? Product ID. It is matching with that product ID. That means they will send a product ID. That product ID we will verify and we will filter only the product which is matching with that ID. That means you passed one, then it will, the query will be like this now. If you pass one, then what it will do? It will be db.collection. Suppose if it is find, it will be like this. What is it? product ID is equal to 1. Equal is defined like this, colon 1. That is what find query is. So what we are doing, we are finding the product whose ID is matching with the ID you entered. After that, we need to update its name, its price, and its stock. So what we will do is we use update query. Update query is an object. Here we will use $set. $set and what to set. The details we define here. What to set? I need to set name. Name coming from where? Coming from request dot body dot name. And comma, we will set price. Price what? Parse float. It is coming from request dot body dot what? Price. Okay, one more detail we need to update. What is it? Stock. Stock is coming from where? Stock have a expression. What is that expression? So we have request dot body dot, if it is stock is equal to true, string true, it will submit what? True. Otherwise it will submit false. This is the query. That means we need two queries, one find query, another one update. That means it will find the product whose ID is matching with the ID you entered. After finding that, it will set the new name, it will set the new price, and it will set the new stock. It will update only the details that you change. It will change name, it will change price and stock. This is how we write query. Okay, now when two queries are ready, now here we need to use. What is that? Database dot collection. Collection name is what? Collection name is products. Into that we have to use update 1. Update 1. It is asking filter query, update query. Filter query, we have find query. Am I right? Comma, update query. Update query, we have update query. Both we are defined. That means this query will be added here and this query will be added here. That means actually update command works like this. db.collection.update1. So it should find which product whose ID is 1. After that, what it should do? It should set $set. What it should set? It should set name, whatever name you entered. It should set price, whatever the price you entered. And it will set stock, whatever the stock you entered. Like this, it will use. So we have two queries. One is find query, another one is update set query. We need to write both the queries and we need to use a then and a result, and we will put a message. The message is console.log. What is it? Record updated. Record updated. And we will use a simple response.end. Response.end. We will navigate after updating also. Response.redirect. It can redirect to which location? Products. Like this we are defined. This is update query. How to write update query. So we have post, we have put, we have get, and one more we need. What is it? Delete. We need to delete the product whose ID is matching with the ID we entered. So then we have to use app.delete. What is the API? Delete product. Delete product API. We have and this delete product. Into the delete product, we will pass ID /:ID. which product ID you want to delete. Then we will use a request and a response. Now here we will define where ID is equal to request dot parameters dot ID. We will convert that into integer. So parse int, we will convert that. After that, Mongo client dot connect, and connect with which what connection string, and dot, then we have response. Sorry, this is client object where database is equal to client object DB. What is the database? Shopper. Now in this database dot, we have collection. Collection name is what? Products. In that we need to handle delete operation. Delete operation is we have delete one. Which product to delete? The product whose ID is matching. We have to write the query inside delete. So what is the query? Product ID is matching with ID. After that, then we will use a result, and here we will display what is it. So console.log, we will say record deleted, and response.redirect, we will redirect to products. After that, response.end. This is all we need to define. Now all the operations are ready. This is how server side APIs are created. Remember, actually, this is not your job as a React developer. This is all server side people's work. This is not your job. You are just additionally learning this point. Actually, React developer will not create API. React developer will just use API. APIs are created and designed by whom? Backend people. .NET, Java, JSP, PHP, Python, Node.js. These technologies will teach how to create server-side logics and APIs and all. So this is not actually your job. You are just learning to practice. React developers' job is not creating database, creating APIs and all. That's all the work done by general backend developers. They will just give us the API methods like fake store. Fake store people also have some methods you see. This is fake store API. You see the fake store API have given some methods. You can see they given get, post, put, patch, delete. But they haven't given these methods functionality because that is going to affect their database. They just given the methods. They given only get methods to you. But they say that if you want to submit, then it is post. If you want to edit only specific detail, then patch. Edit all details, then put. Remove any specific details, then delete. You can design in this way. You can design in this way. So technically, this is all server-side people's work, right? Now our API is ready. This is all the API. API is ready with how many operations we created? The operations we created, these 5 operations we designed. Get, 2 operations are there, post and put and delete. Let's keep this logic here. The name I given as API.js. Let me copy this code. This is all the code we have, right? Now, what we need to do, we need to create a front end for this. We need to create a front end for handling all these operations. All these operations like inserting, updating, deleting, and all such operations. Let's do. I will go to this project and let's go to our React project and let's create. This is just a zip file. Fine. Okay. Actually, we kept everything in that src. Yeah. This is our general components related to shopper. These are all related to shopper. I will do one thing. In src, I will create another routing screen, right? We will create another app. You can write here also, same location. That means in this app only directly you can handle all operations if you want. I will create a separate one so that you can clearly handle that. Actually, what is the index we are having? The index we are having is shopper index. Shopper index. Now we will add this products grid so that we can handle all the operations on that. I will maintain a separate folder here. So I will write as CRUD operations. Okay. Yeah. In the CRUD operations, let's add components. We will add the components in CRUD operations. What are the components we need? One is index. So first we will add index. In index, what we will do? We will display all the products, right? First, we will design that. We will create here a simple component file. Yeah. CRUD index.js. Fine. So export function. This is CRUD index. CRUD index. Right. That is the CRUD index component. So what it should return, I'll put a simple div, class name container fluid. Okay. Now it should return a simple interface. That interface should allow to handle various operations, right? Actually, here we want to display all the data coming from products table. We want to do that. Then you know how to do. How to do that? We will import. So we will import Axios from Axios, and we will import use state, and yeah, we will import use effect also. Yeah. And first here we will create a simple use effect. First we will create a constant state. This is products and set products. It will use state. We are expecting array. Okay. Now use effect. In this we are fetching the data. We are fetching the data from where? Axios. Axios is using method as get, and it is using URL. URL is HTTP 127.001:8080/products. Okay, then then. So if it is successful, we will get response and set products response dot data. That is done. Now we will present that products in a tabular form here. We will say products grid and we will create a table. So class table and table hover. And here we have T head, TR and TH name and TH some price. Or I will just put name only. Yeah? Only name I am adding. Only name we will put. And in the T body, we want row. This row should repeat. So we will use products dot map. We need every product. For every product, we need a row in that one cell. The row will have a key. The key is product ID, product dot product ID. And here we want to display its name. So product dot name. This is CRUD index we are having. When to access this, let's go to our shopper index. In the shopper index, we will define a route for that. So what is the route here? We will create a route and we will put a route path. Route path is, what is the route path? We will put products. Products is the route path. What is the element it should render? CRUD index. CRUD index it should render. When you access products, it should render the CRUD index. We need a link for that. At the top, we will keep a. After home, I will add a link. This link will say products. Okay. And it should link to what? It should link to products. That's how we are defining. Link to products is linking to this location. It is linking to that location. Okay, let's check. Make sure that you started your API and you started your app. So node API.js, API started, and in another terminal npm start. Our project also started. So in the first interaction, we are fetching the products details and displaying. Here, very key role is played by APIs. If your API is having an issue, then you can't do anything from front side. Front end is just an interface designing. Front end is very easy once you know your APIs. And you don't need to create those APIs. You need to just know what to pass into that API, what data it is expecting. So when you go to React interviews also, practically they give these kind of tasks. They will say that you please design one screen. In that all the data should display. It should able to filter, sort, search, insert, delete. Then you will ask, where is the data? They will say data is in our API, use that API. And they will give you the API requests. You have to use them and design the interface. So in reality, React developer will never create APIs or work with databases. We have to just use those APIs. So now it is loading the data. Okay, this is the form we are having. And in this already we have a products one. I click on the products link. It should get the products grid. In the products grid, only 2 products are there in our database. Those 2 are coming. Now here we need to design lot of interactions. The first thing I want to design is register a new product. I need an option register a new product. So here we will create in that which one CRUD index. Here I will put a link here below the table or above the table, anyone. Above the table, I will keep a div and class margin bottom is 2 or 3. And here we will put a button, say add new product. Add new product. But this is not button. I will create a link actually. Link. This link will have add new product. I will give a button appearance for that. Class name BTN and BTN primary. So this should navigate to, it should navigate to slash. Actually, it should navigate to new product form. It should navigate to that new product path. That path is not there actually. That means add new product is there. When I click on that, it should navigate to that new product form. So that we haven't designed new product, we have to do. Let's do. We will go to, first we need to create a component. So let's go to the CRUD operations. And in that we will add, we say CRUD create.js. CRUD create.js, it will have export function CRUD create. And it should return a simple div, and we will put a class container fluid. Okay, and here we will keep a heading. So add new product. This is the page which should come when user clicks on this new product. So go to shopper index. We need to add one more path. What is the path? Remember, every path which you are using in navigation, it should be defined in index. So what is the route path? Route path is what? Slash new. It is what? New product. New product is the, and what is the element? Element, what it should render? CRUD create. CRUD create should render. That means when user clicks on add new product, it will get the new product. Now what we have to do here? We need to design a form where user can enter the details and submit. Right now, what we need to do? We will create a form here. In create, we need to create a form. We will use import. What is it? Formic, right? We will import formic from formic. Okay, we will import formic. We will import form. We will import field. We will import error message. If we need, we can add all these things. Okay. We will import one more. We will import use navigate from router DOM, because after inserting, it should again go to products and show the new product added or not. It should display. Okay. Now we will use here in router DOM. Actually, this is enough. Yeah, as of now, I will create here a formic form. We will create a formic. And in the formic, you know what are the requirements? What are the requirements? So we have initial values. initial values. What are the initial values? Initial values, product ID is a number type. Another one, name. Name is a string. Price is also number. Stock is a boolean. We will give as false. Okay, what else next? You want, you can write errors, validation schemas you can write. Here I will just use on submit. On submit, it have to collect what it should collect, values na. On submit, it should collect the values and it should post these values into our database. That means we need to use here, we need Axios na. So we will import Axios from Axios. Okay, on submit, we will use Axios. What is the method? Method is post. That is important. Axios supports all the methods, post, put, delete. Okay, what is the URL? URL is http://127.0.0.1 port number 8080/ that is add product. Let's check in our API. The method is add product. Add products it is there. Okay. Na? That means we need to use that add what? Products. Into that, we need to pass data. What is the data? Data is nothing but whatever data is coming from values. Whatever data coming from values, we will send it. And we will have then we will use a response here. Response. And what we will do, we will just display the response. Actually, we don't want any response. Initially, what we can do, simple, we can put it then. And what this then can do, we can put an alert. Alert is what? Record inserted or say registered, product registered. Product registered. After that, what we will do, this is a callback function. Na? Yeah, I need to write a callback function here. What is the callback function here is? Yeah. In this callback function, we need to add that option. Yeah, here we need to keep alert registered. After that, it should navigate. Who will navigate? We need to import constant. What is it? Navigate is equal to use navigate. Use navigate from router DOM. This navigate should navigate to that location. Navigate to which path? Navigate to which path? Products. That will navigate to the products after registering the product. That is fine. Now we need to design a form. This is all on which one? Submit. Now here we will add a form. In this form, what are the options? Here we need to define a data list, data term. In that we need what? Product ID, and we will display so field. And what is the field? So field name. Yeah, field name is what? Field name is product ID. And what is the restriction here? Actually type. Type is what? It is number. That is the field type we are having. Okay, next what? I will copy another one. This is what? Name. And it refers to name. And it is typed as what? Text. And another one is price. Price field name is referring to price. Type as what? Number is enough. Okay. Now one more. We need stock. Na? What do you say? Stock. Stock, it refers to what? Stock. Is it type what? Actually, it is not type. It may be as what? Checkbox. Checkbox, we need to check what is they given for that. Where they have formic, na? I think this checkbox is not there. So type is checkbox is there. Okay. Yeah. Here we will define checkbox is defining available. Okay. I will keep class name form switch. Here we will put a class name form check input, but we must once check, is it supporting latest bootstrap? It is supporting, so we have available. Okay, we can do that. One more we need to add in the form. We need a button. This button is what? This is what? Register or say add product. Okay, and class btn and btn primary. Okay, this is the form design. Now whatever details you entered here, it should go there. Actually, here I will add one more link, and this link will say, so view products, and here it should link to where? / products. That is actually, there is a link view products. So let's say class name margin S2, some gap is there. Now when I click view products, it will go and show this. And I say add product, the form will come. Now user have to enter the details. Let's enter the details. Product ID is 3. Product name, some Nike casuals. Product price, some price. And stock available. We are choosing that stock. And click on add product. Then it says product registered. And say OK. It should navigate and display here. So you have to write logic. What happened? What happens means you have to write logic for everything, man. Array, that's what I'm saying. You have to write logic. You are a developer, na? What will happen? Automatically anything happens, na? Automatically nothing will happen. Everything you have to write. What happens if user ID is already taken? What we done? We have to write logic. Is user ID existing or not? What happens means nothing will happen. It will overwrite. Nothing will happen if you don't write anything. Understand? You have to write for everything. What happens if it is not there? What happens if it is there? Nothing will happen because you haven't written anything for that. You have to write everything manually. Right? What will happen? Nothing will happen. You have written any logic for that? It is not a built-in component, na? So that it is having some ready-made logic. This is your own design. If it is having an ID, write logic for that. Get the ID. If ID is exists, then say ID exists. If ID not exists, then say new. Everything you have to write. Right? So how to verify? Already I showed you one example. If you remembered, user exists, available, taken or not, key up events I showed you that you can implement with the data, right? So initially the record is inserted. Let's check the database here, refresh, and you can see the third record is added into that, So the record is added. Anything problem? I think false is coming. Huh? means what? It is unable to convert. So that is just check the logic once, right? Where we return true or false. You can just use that. So this is the data inserted. Now we need to add more functionality for this. What is the functionality? Let's go to the CRUD index. Yeah. Here what you need to do, here we will add another cell. In this cell TD, here we are adding temporarily, I am adding a button. Actually, you need to add a link. This link should say, here I will put a link span. So class name BI I will give as I. So this link to, it should go to an option called, suppose details. Just roughly I am giving. Later we will go there. And you can see actually it will display that I symbol. That I symbol. We will make it appearance like a class name, BTN info, something like this. It will display like this. When user clicks on that, the detail of that product should come. Means its ID, name, price, everything should come. Similarly, we need another cell. In that we need another button. I will give this button as suppose pen. That means you can see this is having another pen. This is edit. That means when user clicks on that, BTN warning. So, and you see that is edit. When user clicks, that should open in edit mode. In edit mode, a form should come. In that form, this data should be there where we can make the changes. We need one more button. What is that button? The button is what? Delete. I will give as a danger. And here I will give as what? Trash. And it is for deleting. Now we need to implement these three functionalities. That means when user clicks this, we can get details. When user clicks this, it will get update. When user clicks this, it will show the product preview and say, are you sure you want to delete this product? If they say yes, that must be deleted. All these things we have to implement using routes. So now we need to create with a routing navigation. That we'll see in next session, right? In tomorrow's session, we will finish this, right? But I will upload up to this. You try designing details, edit, delete. You try. Anyhow, in the next session, I will show you. You try to create. If you can create, that's good. That's good, right? So how to handle other options also I will show you. For example, you go register. You are entering user ID. If user ID is already taken, then it should show a message, user ID taken. It should display that message, user ID taken, right? That logic we can write. If you are unable, I will show you tomorrow how to write such logic. If it is already taken, is it available? That's nothing but you have to fetch the user IDs, check the ID you are entering in text box is matching with the ID inside the data. If it is matching, you say exists. If not matching, you say available, right? That we will see. We can write a logic for that. That we'll see in tomorrow, right? Up to this, I will upload. You try this next level. If you can finish by yourself, that is very good. Because already API given, you have to just think about the front end, right? Anyhow, I will just show you some help in tomorrow's session. You have to finish by yourself, okay, na? Right? I will give you the help about certain part. Rest of things you have to design, right? Let's see. So tomorrow we'll continue then. No?